Okay. Okay. We're back. Sorry about that. Again, this is now the second stream in a row where I've started off and forgot to turn the microphone on. But we're here. We're back. Norway versus France. We're at the end of the group stage of the 2026 World Cup. How about that? How about that, guys? How about that? So now we're about to enter the round of 32, which is just the normal World Cup, like the normal format, right? The normal amount of teams. And there's a lot of talk now about them expanding the World Cup to even more teams for the next cycle, and then the US getting the World Cup again in 2038, and all this other stuff going on. It's just going crazy right now, guys. And I need guidance, and I need everyone here to bring order, to really help me out, and just Norway versus France. So in this game right now, there's a lot to look forward to. Well, I mean, how much is there to look forward to? I said that really excitedly, but it's Kylian Mbappe versus Erling Haaland. It's the game that's going to decide who tops the table in this group. But realistically, both of them have gone through. And based on the lineups, I mean, we will take a look at them and talk about them more, but you can already see Erling Haaland is not in the lineup, so he is not that interested in stat padding, whereas Kylian Mbappe definitely is very interested in getting his record all the way up, so we're going to see a lot of him. And yeah, I mean, like you said, Banjo, we're not going to see Kylian Mbappe versus Erling Haaland in this game, which is just such a shame, isn't it? Because when the fixtures came out for the World Cup and everyone saw what the groups were and all of that, I think this was a fixture that everyone really looked at. This is a fixture that everyone really looked at, like, okay, we're gonna get a fantastic game with two of the highest scorers in the world, but we don't have that right now. We don't have that. We're gonna get another game. We're gonna another game, but we're still here and we're still happy and we're still gonna get a good one, I think. So we'll take a look at the lineups quickly. Also, how are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? What's the score prediction for this one? I'll put a poll up. Who's winning? Everyone, put your score predictions in the comments. Who is it? Norway? Almost forgot for a second there, didn't I? Dictator Mbappe is over here trying to pull some strings. Also, it is so hot. Good God, it is so hot right now. Europe is having an absolutely horrendous heat wave right now. I think it was the hottest day ever in France yesterday, and I'm over here melting. I mean, I went outside today. The only time I went outside today was to get some packs, because we obviously have to get some. And I regretted it. I regretted it as soon as I took a step outside. As soon as I took one outside. It's 39 degrees Celsius on Sunday. Good God. Good God, what a time to be alive. Anyway, let's take a look at the lineups quickly. So you can probably see them on screen, or you can see Norway on screen right now. No Erling Haaland, no Martin Ødegaard, no Ryerson. I mean, I think Ryerson is injured, actually, so that probably explains that one. But yeah, Norway are happy. Norway are very happy. They've qualified for the next round. Like, what's the point in going even further and like really trying to squeeze as much as possible, out of this group stage? And fair enough. Fair enough. Like, what is the point? What is I think they'll be quite happy, even with a lost goal difference doesn't mean anything. They're resting their key guys. I was looking at the potential routes for the next round, and obviously those aren't decided yet because third place, the top 8 in the third place haven't been like shifted around in ranking and all that. But I think it's Sweden and Ivory Coast. That are the two possibilities. So as it stands right now, France looks like they're going to be taking on Sweden, and then, well, first place, sorry, let's say this. First place in this group takes on Sweden. Second place? What's going on with you, Chief? Second place takes on Ivory Coast. I think Ivory Coast are the tougher one of those two, but if I'm honest, Norway and France are two teams that should be looking at those fixtures being like, we can beat Sweden or Ivory Coast. So I don't know how much that actually is supposed to mean to them. Maybe that's just me. Maybe let me just update. Let me refresh the everything. So we're on the same page. Let's go to France. Let's go to France. Full strength. Properly full strength. It's good that they've put Olise in the midfield, well, as the central attacking forward. I watched the first half against Iraq, so I didn't see where he played. Well, I don't remember where he played, honestly, but I do remember watching the first game against Senegal, and the game entirely flipped on its head when they moved Olise into the middle and Dembélé out wide. Even though Dembélé didn't do all that much. But other than that, strong team. Very, very strong team. They're going for it. They're really going for it. And we'll open a pack just now. But, okay, doing good. Oh, yes, South Africa. Oh, my God. Can you believe that I slept through that? Can you believe that I decided to prioritize some sleep and, yeah, missed one of the, I mean, the biggest game in South African football history, and I don't even know since they won AFCON in 1996, making it to the knockout round of a World Cup. And yeah, of course, it's round of 32, and every World Cup since before this one is 32 teams anyway. So it's just kind of like entering the proper World Cup. But hey, Italy's not there. Farabi, love from Bangladesh, sending love all the way back. What time is it there? It's pretty early. Yeah, it's late night or early in the morning, whichever one. Cactus Dave, need a new producer. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. I blame it on the heat. Ox3, hello, congrats on South Africa. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Vikin says, I don't understand why France doesn't rotate the squad. I mean, in these sorts of situations, when is the next game? I would bet that their next game is in about a week. Or, it's not going to be less than 5 days from now. Like, these guys, they definitely play on rhythm. And I would think that playing these guys playing all the big boys isn't going to negatively affect how things go from now on. And yeah, maybe it would be a good idea to rest some guys. We are seeing Adrien Rabiot rested. But yeah, I don't see it as such a big deal. Like I think these players are used to this by now. Haaland ducking smoke. I'm sure that he was. I bet that he didn't have much of a choice. I rate he would have won to come on and have a chance to score, and he probably will play in this game. By the way, I believe he is on the bench. So, Cactus Dave says, imagine a world where a team has the dictator and the giant Viking. We would call it Real Madrid. That's funny. I'm sure I know for a fact that they would not gel all too well together in a team like that. But hey, we can dream. We can dream, right? Pranav says, my emulator keeps crashing, man. What emulator? What do you mean? What do you mean? Salmon, same here in Poland. Yeah, hot. At least we're not in France, right? It's going crazy over there. Letty says, we made it, bro. We didn't sleep, me and my friends. I wish that I passed out at 10 p.m. Imagine that. Draw incoming. No, I think that this is going to be France. If France don't win with this squad, I think they have to. If France don't win with this squad, then I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to say. Kishore says, actually waiting for the season review video. It's going to come after the World Cup. That'll come about, I'll say like a week and a half after the World Cup or so. Let's say that. Tomorrow, Lex says that tomorrow is the hottest day in Germany in June ever. Crisis incoming. Crisis incoming. Bob Ross, love your paintings, my friend. I love your paintings. You're actually a fantastic artist. You're saying, how did your predictions from your video track so far? I'll have to go and double check, but for Group A, I was definitely... You know what, actually? For Group A, if you go back to that video, I said that I was more on the side of Czechia going through, but I was not counting out the possibility of South Africa going through. But I certainly didn't say they would go through a second. That was not on the horizon. If you even go back to the video I made on the opening game of the World Cup, it was South Africa, Mexico, and I was like, yeah, this is horrible. I stayed up, I watched the South Korea versus Czechia game, and South Korea looked like a different beast in that game, or in the second half at least. So I was like, this is bad. I think I was justified. I think I was justified in thinking that. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. Tommy says, how did Argentina manage to avoid most of the big teams in the knockouts? Yeah, you know what? I was looking at their potential route, and it was ridiculous. I mean, well, I'll pull it up just now, and we'll take a look at it. But they have, like, up until the semifinals, they don't have any teams that are in, like, the top 20 of the world rankings. Like, that's their route all the way through. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Leave a like, subscribe. Share it, do all that good stuff, helps a lot. And we're going to have a good game today. We're going to have a very good game today. I'm excited. We're going to chat a lot of stuff. I got some things over here that we can discuss. Obviously, Turkey showing up when they don't need to, when the stakes are absolutely zero. We got Sweden going through. Ecuador beating Germany. Did not see that coming. Golden Boot race, World Cup extension, that's been floating around. US probably going to be hosting the next World Cup, or the one in 2038, all that stuff. But we'll get into that a bit later on. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Ati says, what makes you say that Ivory Coast is an easy game for Norway? I didn't say that. Did I say that? I think I said earlier on that it looks like the way everything is standing right now before going into this game, Ivory Coast, well, whoever finishes in second place will play Ivory Coast. Whoever finishes in first place, the team that they play isn't yet decided, but that Ivory Coast is the one that they would want to avoid. However, I think that both of these teams should believe that they are good enough to beat Ivory Coast. I don't think that that's out of question at all. I feel like these are two very strong teams. Norway is a dark horse, but they've proven that they are a very good team. I do wish it would have been great if they put a full an actual starting 11, their actual full strength squad in this game. Then we will be able to see how they play against France. Senegal, you know what? Senegal haven't been bad in this tournament. They really should. Their finishing really let them down in that first game against France. Like, really, really let them down. It is a real shame. But Norway beat them, and they have good value for it. We're about to kick off. And there we go. Well, let me get the actual. Okay, so we're about 15 seconds behind. So we're not too bad. And France are already on the attack. You just rattled the bar immediately. Good God. Kylian Mbappe's on a mission. Okay. You know what? I think this man really wants that golden ball. I think it was that golden boot. Golden ball too, probably. Okay, guys. We got a game on our hands. We got a game on our hands. What else we got? What else we got? Marksman. Hello, Tinashe. I finally made it to one of these watch-alongs without forgetting. No worries. Don't worry. Well, you know what? I think this is definitely my own fault because I put the the scheduled thing, the reminder thing in the morning today. So it was probably a lot easier to see. Whereas typically I usually only put it on about 2 hours before. But we're learning. We're learning over here. But thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I think we're gonna have fun. Oh, we didn't even do a pack opening. Oh, but let me just first read some, chat before I do that. Pranav says, "Never mind. Crucify is back at it again. Let the games begin." Fantastic, amazing. Vikin says, "What do you think about Cabo Verde and Saudi Arabia?" Cabo Verde should win. Cabo Verde have looked the better side in this tournament. I mean, I only saw Saudi Arabia versus Spain, and that was a horrible game for Spain. I mean, for Saudi Arabia, wasn't it? I don't think I saw Uruguay versus Saudi Arabia, but I've seen both of Cabo Verde's games, and they looked the part against Uruguay. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them go through. What a story that will be. But let's see. The dictator sets the new record this game. Ooh, ambitious. We'll do a poll on that one now. Banana says, Tinashe, who is your favorite footballer ever? Thierry Henry. Mr. Henry, no questions about it. The gloves, everything. Yes, he's an Arsenal player. Yes, I support Manchester United, whatever. I like football. Norway on the attack, but they've just been taken down, and France get it right back. This game has started fast. Mr. Mbappe is on a mission. Banjo says, Tinashe, what do you think of the Elliott price tag? Ridiculous. 130 million? He's a good player, but let's not take the piss here. This is ridiculous. I mean, I understand that this is the price that you have to pay, especially for someone of that talent in the Premier League, going to may not be a direct rival, but he is going to an English team. So I understand why. I understand why that price was paid. And from now on, this is how it goes. You're going to be able, if the player's under 23 or under, you're going to have clubs being like, and they're decent. You're going to have clubs being like, listen, look at Caicedo, look at Wirtz, look at Enzo Fernandez. And there was no reason for Nottingham Forest to sell. So it's a fuck off price. And Man City just they didn't fuck off. Oh, France working a good ball, but goes out to Kone and it's a save. Kone again goes all the way through the box. Desiree Doué, he's got Mbappe in attendance, and Norway survive. Ooh, good game. Sports Sanity. You're off to Korea tomorrow, so last stream for you. Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for joining, man. I appreciate it. You've been a mainstay. You've been an actual proper day one, and you know what? You've brought all the vibes to these watch-alongs, and these have been really about you, if I'm completely honest. I mean, I believe I almost banned you the other day. I didn't almost ban you, but I salute you for your work. Cactus, Dave, FIFA gonna start spamming America? Yeah, okay, we'll talk about that just now. Let me do... Will Mbappe break the record today? I can't tell you how hot it is today, guys. People are just so overheated in the streets. God. Embarrassing. Will Mbappe break the record today? Let's see what you guys think. Wait, was Elliot Anderson 116? I thought it was 130. Sleepy Ninja says, brother, what kind of Englishmen watch evening matches sober? I haven't drank in a while, and also not English. Damn, these graphics have really improved. Thank you, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's turn on the auto rotate. We completely forgot about that. Yeah, I mean the graphics are a work in progress. I said in the last stream I did make this myself. So if you guys have any requests of like information, well, France are in the attack. First of all, Ousmane Dembélé, right foot, and it's a goal, and it's 1-0. Oh, what is that? What is that? What a strike! Oh my god! Immediately. You know what? Holy crap! What a goal! That happened in such a flash. The ball went to him on the right hand side. He does a little bit of a shimmy, and then, good God, these French supporters are going crazy. Brilliant ball by Mbappe. Great run, great time, lots of space over there. Oh, you do think that the Norwegian defenders could have done a tiny bit better over there. But you know what? I'm not even gonna listen. They just went up against the Ballon d'Or holder. Thread the needle with that ball all the way through. Great finish. Goalkeepers just stood there, rooted, can't do anything about it. Great strike, great goal. Immediately France are on it. And this could get ugly. This could potentially get ugly, but let's see. Whew, 7 minutes into the game. Big moments. Look at that. In the last stream, what was it? It was England versus Ghana. Spent so much time. Oh, Mbappe is in again, but no, he's just been thwarted. In the last stream, England versus Ghana, I made such a big deal about how I made this overlay over here, and there were no big moments in the game, but we got one immediately. This is time well spent. Time very well spent. What do you mean? Ken King says, what do you mean zero stakes? I'm assuming that you're talking about this match. As you can see from the graphic on screen right now, France and Norway are guaranteed to be first and second, even if Senegal win against Iraq and they draw level on points. The tiebreaker is head-to-head in this World Cup, so Norway is guaranteed to finish above Senegal. The only question now is first and second, but I mean, realistically, both of these teams they can play either Sweden or Ivory Coast in the next round, and I think both these teams are better than those teams. And Ivory Coast is the one to watch out for. But let's see. That's just my opinion. Might be wrong. Who knows? Preman says, what midfielders would you want at United in the summer? Well, I would have wanted Elliott, but probably Tchouaméni. Well, realistically, there are only big budget guys right now that would make a real difference. Casemiro is gone. We need probably 2, maybe 3 midfielders. Realistically, take your pick. Like, who are the ones that are on the market right now? Fernandes. Anderson's off the market right now, I guess. Tchouaméni might be on the market. I'm a bit wary about Camavinga. I don't think that he's actually progressed very much in the last 3 years, and he will probably be quite expensive. I don't know. Listen, I've been focused on the World Cup, so I haven't really given it a hell of a lot of thoughts. So we can roll back onto this in a little bit. Amaresh saying, how do you even live up to that price tag? You're talking about Elliot Anderson. Norway with a strike, and Mignon easily gets that in his hands. No problem. You're saying, I guess you're talking about Elliot Anderson. How do you live up to that price tag? I don't think you do, man. Drink water. Drink water, guys. No spoilers? Letty, I'm sorry, bro. If I see a goal, Oscar Bob, what can you do? There is just no way through the center. There is no way through the center for Norway. You know, I would usually in these sorts of situations say France can afford to just slow it down a little bit, but we know they're not going to. Dembélé tries to slide in Mbappe. Good run over there. He wins the throw-in. But Mbappe's not where he wants to be. All the way on the right-hand side. Got to make your way into the center, Chief. Elite man says the record is already Mbappe's. In my opinion, the guy is in his prime. Well, let's see. Messi hasn't even listen. Messi is still playing in this World Cup, bro. And okay, let me double check the route that Argentina potentially has. Like, Messi is still playing. He's still in his prime. He still has a long way to go. Well, he's not in his prime per se, but he's still banging goals in. I guarantee you Messi scores at least 4 more in this World Cup. Yeah. So basically, if Uruguay loses to Spain... Wait, before I say that, release it through. And it's just blocked. France are out for blood right now. If Uruguay loses to Spain, which is, probably going to happen, Argentina's path to the semifinals is Cabo Verde, Australia, or Iran, and then Colombia or Croatia. So not only do Argentina more than likely go through, if that's the case, and obviously it's always shifting around, Uruguay might not lose, then it's Messi's going to score a lot of goals. And we'll see. 4 years is a long time, because then he'll likely do it in the next World Cup, but maybe Messi plays then anyway. They are saving him. You say hidden. You're talking about they're saving Erling Haaland. I honestly think that they should have probably played him for at least half the game. At least half the game. Half. Take him off at halftime. I suspect he will come on later on in this game, even if it's for 20, 30 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it is a little bit strange. Oh, let's take a look. By the way, let us take a look to see if our momentum chart is working. Oh, it's not working, actually. It's definitely supposed to be white is France and red is Norway. That's my mistake, guys. But you know what? This is progress. This is progress. Red is saying what happened to Deschamps. Yeah, he's not on the. He's not on the. That is definitely a high boot, by the way, by Strand Larson. He's not on the touchline, is he? Rob's saying Man United should build a new stadium and improve the academy. I think they are building a new stadium. I think the academy is also quite strong. Can always get stronger, don't get me wrong. Wharton as well, yeah. Hidden, yeah, the chat was built for spoilers. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think... If a good idea, if your stream is lagging a little bit, is probably, I think, to just pause it and then reconvene wherever your time is. That might be a good idea. I'm sorry. Gunther. Interesting name. If Messi doesn't score 4 more, I'm going to come looking for you, Tinashe. You don't know where to find me, Chief. Marksman, bring my boy Ryan Cherky on, please. I don't actually control who comes on or off on the bench, but he will likely make an appearance too. Yeah, Norway look a little bit more calm. But that was just a barrage right at the start. France are having a very, very good time on their right-hand side. And again, Ousmane Dembélé is there. But he's offsides. Yeah, France, watch out for that right-hand side. Yeah, the attack momentum still hasn't worked. Still doesn't look proper. And also, it's flipped. Let me turn it off. I'm going to turn it off. Don't want to confuse you guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, Lex. Elite Man, Colombia was a pain for them in Copa America. I guess you're talking about... I'm not sure who you're talking about. Banjo says, Senegal have the chance to secure a third place now that Iraq are down to 10 men. France on the break again. Red card Iran. Oh, the game's going on right now. Oh, Kylian Mbappe, here he is. Is he going to go by himself? Yes, he is. Oh, and it just gets saved. Obviously, he's going to go by himself. My man's after a record. He just saw Ousmane Dembélé score, and he does not like that. I'm going to turn the lights on. He's just seen Ousmane Dembélé score, and he does not like this. Elite Man, they might be doing what USA did in their match with Turkey, get 5 of the A team some minutes at the end. It's likely. Preem says, maybe you watch along next season for United matches. You already got everything set up. Yeah, I mean, for big games, for big games, we'll do watch-alongs. But let's do a pack opening right now. For big games, we'll do watch-alongs. Like United Liverpool, United City, all that good stuff. El Clasico, you know. But I mean, I can't do this every week, or at least not right now. Let's see. All right, so pack opening, guys. If you don't know how these work, basically what we're trying to do is we're doing these World Cup Panini stickers. I was supposed to do this before the game, but I was a little bit late, so I didn't. We're trying to pack as many players from this current game as possible. And the rules are, that if by the end, we're going to do 3 of them, one now, one at the first hydration break, which is in a bit, and then another one at halftime. By the end of it, the team that has more players packed, you can go ahead and bet the house that they're going to win. By the way, I wouldn't bet the house that they're going to win, because we've done these about, I don't know how many times, 5 or 6 times, and it's been wrong. Oh my God. Am I frozen again? I don't know why this keeps happening. This is very annoying. I think I'm going to have to check out my internet, but this is ridiculous. Every time. Every freaking time. Really sorry, guys. Yes, anyway. As I was saying, usually we don't get this right. When we pack more players, it isn't correct. And that's a goal. Oh my God. We're going to do another pack opening just now, but that's 2-0. Ousmane Dembélé. I believe this is his 3rd goal of the World Cup. Oh my God. The stream, I think that these goals are causing this goddamn stream to freeze. Am I ever going to get to do a pack opening? Beautiful goal again, straight off the right. We were just talking about how dangerous that right-hand side for France is. Mbappe gets fouled in the build-up. Again, straight to him from the... Oof. Lovely curl. What a goal. What a goal. This could very well be a bit of a rout. Yeah, you know what, Robs, you're right. I think the stream is freezing because the CIA is hacking. This didn't this happened in the last stream too, but it hasn't happened. Like, I've done several streams before. I don't know what's going on. I'll sort this one out. I might have to... I'll plug in my Ethernet cable. That's not going to happen again. Okay. Pack opening, finally, even though Norway might get on the... Norway scored... I can't do a damn pack opening. I can't open any pack. 2-1. We got a proper game on our hands, guys. And that was a great goal from what I, like, from what I've seen over there. The brief moment straight from kickoff. No change in possession. You know, they say you're at your most vulnerable right when you've scored, and we've seen this happen right now. Great work. Well-worked goal. Gives the keeper the eyes. That's great by Asgard. That is a fantastic goal by Asgard. Wow. Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll be able to get through a pack opening now. All right. First player. Egypt. Second player. Sweden. Can you see that? Is it too bright? I think it might be a bit too bright. Third player. Canada. Buchanan. Tunisia. We got a game on our hands, guys. Raul Jimenez, Mexico. Lukaku. We can't actually, so by the way, looking at this picture, you can't actually see, but he's wearing Timbs. I believe he's wearing Timberlands in this picture. He rocked up to the photo shoot with them on. No one questioned it. They just let it happen. Final one, Colombia. No French or Norwegian players, but listen, we got two more, maybe a cheeky third pack opening in there. France, for all of their corners so far, have gone far post. And then attempted to bring it right back into the fold. I can definitely see Haaland coming on second half. Great work there by Olise. I want to see what Mbappe's movement is in the box so far. So far, he's had one moment in this game. I think it was the first moment where he could have chosen to pass, but instead chose to shoot or go for goal. We got a good game on our hands, guys. Already. Hydration break. Hydration break. Please, hydrate. If you're wondering why I've got a thermos, it's because it's so hot that with my usual bottle, the ice just melts immediately. There's no point in putting any ice cubes. Okay, we'll do another pack opening now, and then we'll talk about the World Cup pretty likely going to the States again in 2038. Dictator who? Cactus Dave says. Banana says, Tinashe, isn't Zidane taking over the French national team as soon as Deschamps steps away? That's the rumor. That is the rumor. By the way, VL Day, it's not the camera that's overheating. I think it's possibly my computer because, I am running some programs as well as this overlay and all that, so it's probably that, but I am upgrading soon. C. Valdo says, bro, I'm literally in the United States. How in God's good name are you ahead of me? Well, how is your broadcast being delivered? Is it online or what's going on? We'll do a pack opening now, but let me just get caught up over here. Keep the pack at hand. Seems like threatening to open it keeps the goals coming. TA says, I know this has nothing to do with the game, but I love your content and your reason I love football. Bro, I think that's the biggest compliment I've ever been given. The reason you love football, that can't be true, by the way. But I'll take it. I'll take it. But yeah, we're just over here to talk about the wild world of this crazy game. Look at this. Key moments. 3 goals already. I hate that I'm so acclimatized to these flippin' hydration breaks. Game Move says, you know your Ghana prediction was incorrect, but the ref said was correct. Sorry, you know your Ghana prediction was correct, but the ref said no. I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure what you are talking about. The replay shows that they were still showing the Dembélé goal graphic on the big stadium screen. Then that went in. Okay, let's do a pack opening right now. We're trying to get Norway and French players. Oh, Norway on the attack immediately. I can't go on now. Also, I don't know why my thing is so far behind now. Let me correct that because I am actually on 27:15. There we go. Congo. Czechia. Ha ha. Go home. No, that was mean. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Good game by Czechia. I'm gonna move on. France. Guys, it might be going home. À la maison. Colombia. Iran. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. Norway. God, how do I pronounce this? Vaspak Aya. Vaspak Aya. Well, my friend, you might be your team's saving grace because I see Norway on the attack right now. Ooh, good shimmy in the midfield. Oh, Norway came out of this hydration break strong. But Manyan has been all over this. Gosh. I tell you what, I think this game could go anywhere now. I think we could really be onto anything right now. Ken King said should have watched those pronunciation videos that they made. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, that was a rough one, man. I'm really sorry. I attacked the senses with that pronunciation. Game Move says you opened the whole Ghana team for the packs predicting that they would win, but the ref robbed them. Ah, yes, you're correct. You're correct. Yeah, that was horrendous. I think on stream I didn't react as well as I should have. What's the right word I'm looking for? I wasn't as appalled as I should have been when those fouls from by the Ghanaian players weren't called. The one that Pickford did, and then also I think it was Konza. God, Norway are just not letting France have any second to breathe. If we were to look, I mean, let's take another look at this botched momentum chart that I made. By the way, this is supposed to be flipped. So this is Norway. Am I right? No, I'm wrong. I'm just going to go away from this. This is... Oh. I clearly still need to work on this. Oof. Okay, so now that we have a tiny bit of a lull, we can talk about the expanded World Cup. Or at the very least, the notion of it. So yeah, I was seeing an article that was basically talking about the teams that were the countries that were eligible to host World Cups in 2038. And I guess one of the criteria is that you need to have at least 16 stadiums. Oh, Dembélé scores and it's 3-1. Hat-trick within half an hour. I'm not going to be able to get to any of my talking points here because what is going on? Yo, screw Kylian Mbappe breaking records right now. This is the Ousmane Dembélé show. What is going on? It's icy in here. It is icy in there, God. This is just a carbon copy of all the goals that he scored. It's the same goal. The only difference is that it's not... Oh gosh, come on. Norwegian defense, brilliant strike. All of these are the same goal, but it's like Arjen Robben. You know what's coming, but you can't stop it. Ballon d'Or, man, for a good reason, don't you think? Very, very good reason. Anton says, who the hell said Norway had decided not to compete? Ah, gosh. I'm not gonna lie. They have been competing, but it's not looking good, is it? It's not looking amazing. Well, I think that France are going to try to score as many goals as possible, and I am seated for this. I mean, I'm actually literally seated at the moment for it, as I'm pretty sure some of you guys are. So maybe I'm not unique in that. Dreger says, genuinely surprised Mexico hasn't conceded yet. They have a good defense. And let's be honest, they haven't been put in a group of heavy hitters. Let's see how the rest of the competition goes. Lex says, I bet if Norway are still this close to France at halftime, Haaland will come on, no doubt. I mean, I think Haaland's going to come on, no doubt anyway. I think that it's a horrible idea to... Great work there by Saliba. I think it's a horrible idea to... by Lacroix. It's a horrible idea to bench the players that are going to need to play this grueling World Cup for them. Oof. Moonball by Chouameni. Us is trying to get other people to score, but it's not working. It's a horrible idea to not let these guys run out and keep sort of match fit, especially for the amount of games that they're going to need to play. So I think I would be very surprised if I don't see Ødegaard, Haaland come on. I haven't seen anything about injuries. It's entirely possible that that's one of the reasons why they're not on the pitch. Although players always play with niggling injuries anyway. So, World Cup Plus. Rob says, Tinashe, you should do a meetup to watch a match in NYC or London. It's not a bad idea. I mean, one day. One day is one day. We're still very early in this thing, guys, by the way. I feel like I've only been doing YouTube full-time for 2 years now. I mean, less than 2 years, actually. And I still have a lot of plans. This is a long-term thing. We never know where we could go with this. I only just started doing live streams for the, Champions League finals, so I'm not very good at this, as you can see. But we're getting better, I think. Anton says, looks like Haaland. Oh, you have deleted your comment. You deleted it as I was reading it. What happened? Was it wrong? Did you say something crazy? Now you have to repaste it, bro. You got to show all of us what you've just said. It's a free cake for Norway. Is it a free cake for Norway? Should be. Should be. Dembélé going crazy today. I mean, he's a phenomenal footballer, isn't he? He did the Kvara celebration. Yeah. Jay Ogayo saying he's spamming R1 in circle. For anyone that's not familiar with FIFA, that is the finesse shot trigger. Berg with the free kick. Oh my goodness. Another freeze. Oh God. Yeah, this is problematic. I'm sorry about this, guys. Let's also fix this up. Hassan says, only 2 years you've been doing this full time, and yet I can be proud to say I was here for the rise. I appreciate that, man. I was only halfway here for the rise myself. I think it is actually. You know what, Ox? I do think that the heat probably has something to do with my laptop, because it's the laptop that is overheating. But yeah, we're gonna be upgrading the setup after this World Cup for a lot of different reasons. But yeah, this didn't used to happen before, and anyway. Tommy says the rest of the world just finding out how. Oh, let's not read that one. Gustavo, are you excited to see this new season for Man U? They need to give me a reason to be excited. I'm excited because I think Carrick can do well. But listen, that was with no Champions League. And with Casemiro becoming one of the best, well, he was already, but showing why he was such an incredible player for us. And he is gone now. Sharif, I'm in Austria and it is absolutely boiling. Can I tell you? Let me actually. I think it's 33 today. It was 36 today. It was 36 degrees today, and it's going to be 39 on Sunday. Yeah, no, Ken, it is literally the worst time for a computer update because. So I wanted to get one of those Steam machines. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about it's like a Valve. It's like it's a gaming PC, but it's basically a console. It's just like this box. You can Google it. I wanted to get one of those. It looked like they were going to be priced at like $700, but now the base model is like 1.1K, which is unbelievable. Olise. Slow and steady approach. Go out wide. Desiree Doué. He's got French man running through. Olise working the angle. Not Olise, Doué working the angle. I'm being so silly. I'm sorry, guys. Not only am I blind, but this goddamn computer. Okay, Hernandez finds himself in a lot of space. Jeez, what a fiery start that we had to this game. Okay, I'm going to do a poll now. I want to ask you guys what you think about the World Cup going back to America. Because it seems that one of the criteria for hosting a World Cup is having 16 stadiums that can host it. Oh, mistake by Norway. Oh, okay, Mbappe almost pounces. Mbappe, Doué almost pounces on it. Mbappe was right next to him. Doué almost pounces on it, but doesn't work out. So you need about 16. You need about 16 stadiums that can host 40K people or more. And most countries don't have that. Like the UK has it if you include Ireland. Yeah, that was super close there. The World Cup has it if you include Ireland, which is why what we're seeing, what the reason we're getting is that's why the World Cup is being expanded. That's why we're seeing it in different countries. Like the next one is going to be Spain, Morocco, and then the opening games are going to be in Argentina and Uruguay because it's going to be officially 100 years since the last one, since the first one. Oh, France are looking very dangerous. They've got this is a 4v2. Oh, how have they messed that one up? Been very clinical the whole game. Only to mess up a 4v2 over there. The UK could host the World Cup, but I think it's another thing is that once you've hosted one, you're out of eligibility for like the next cycle. And I believe the UK belongs to UEFA. So you're out of eligibility for the next 2 cycles. So I believe the UK belongs to UEFA. So they're not going to be able to get 2038 because most of the games are being held in Spain and Portugal. But what this leaves is that the only country that is able to fulfill a lot of the criteria is the US. So it's quite likely, or at least looking like it's quite likely, that the US wins the 2038 World Cup. And then we have this all over again, but with 64 teams. Listen, I've really been enjoying this World Cup. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been great. Oh, Kone through. Well, good goalkeeper. I've really been enjoying this World Cup. I'm not going to lie, but I think at some point you have to say, like, isn't this enough? You know, isn't it? Or haven't we seen enough? Like, a lot of the teams that people said were going to be really bad in this World Cup, and people said were going to, ruin the competition, ruin the level of competition. They haven't. You know, we've seen Cabo Verde go toe-to-toe against Spain, against Uruguay. We've seen Curaçao, yes, they've lost their games, but I think they put up a really good 30 minutes against Germany. South Africa were horrible in the opening game, and this is where this opinion proliferated, even though South Africa would have qualified for a 32-team tournament anyway. But they've had an incredible recovery. So it does go to show that you can have good players. You can have even countries from smaller countries that haven't been represented in the World Cup all so much, that might be going for their first time. Yes, they are going to, they're going to come in and people may not know them, and it might not be just over the bar by Michael Elise. People may not know them, and it may not excite a lot of people, but they can play. I do think that at some point you are going to get a situation where that's not the case. France looking good. Apart from the goal that Dembélé scored, after the hydration break, Norway have come back into it, but let's be real, France is on another level. I mean, we were saying it before the game, weren't we? There is no reason that France shouldn't win this game convincingly, especially with a weakened lineup by Norway. 64 is crazy. Okay. Let's put it to poll. $64 is indeed insane. Lex says the humidity is just insane in Central Europe. I've just heard from many people. Yeah, it's not going well, man. It's not a good time at all. Sheriff, El Nino hitting hard over there. I see. It is supposed to be above 30 degrees Celsius this weekend in Sweden, and everyone going mental. Over 30 degrees in Sweden. Oof. Yeah, that does not sound good. Anyone from Norway or anyone in Norway, what's the temperature looking like over there? And what's the reaction to this Norwegian team? I think everyone from the outside looking in felt that Norway were going to do quite well in this World Cup. The obvious things that people were saying was that, listen, it's their first World Cup. It's their first, major competition since, 1998? So, or since 2000, I think. So, I'm wondering how people are feeling. Mashi says, Kylian hasn't scored, by the way, and he wants his own 3 bullets. Yeah, he's... I wonder what the halftime team talk is going to be like. You're probably going to be in, and you've probably already seen all those dictator Mbappe memes of him in locker rooms telling his teammates to pass to him. But am I right? He's got 2 assists in this game, hasn't he? He is the one that passed it over to Us for those 2 goals, his first 2 goals. So he's racking up some numbers in this World Cup. Like his goal I think his goal contribution rate is, we'll have to double check what it is, but I think at the end of the last World Cup, it was over 1. This is what he lives for. Ball goes over to him. Yeah, now Dembélé is trying to turn provider. Ball goes over to him. He gets the thumbs up. This is why I think for me, before going into this game, I had a suspicion that Norway were going to kind of ease off a tiny bit. But I knew it was going to be a cracking game because of Mbappe, because of France, and it looks like it's halftime. We got halftime, and France are looking good. We'll get the stats up. Looking very, very good. 61% possession. Oh, lots of shots. Lots and lots of shots. Lots of them on target. Oh, my God. It's hard not to see this being a France victory. Expect Haaland to come on the bench. I want to see if Martin Odegaard is on the bench as well. So expect him to come on. Yeah. Good game all round. Good game all round. And very entertaining. Guys, it's because we're streaming it. They know that we want to show. They know the world is watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Like if you haven't. Banjo says 64 teams World Cup will take a huge toll on player recovery. Tinashe, story untold. I'm not sure what do you mean by that, Chief? Drager, with the current match congestion crisis, an expansion would make the constant injury problems of players worse. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Tommy Noversetti. Grand Theft Auto Vice City? Are we going to see you in the new Grand Theft Auto, man? It's possible. Dembele bounce back must be studied. I mean, he just got a wife, didn't he? Isn't that what the common consensus is? The man just got married, and she grounded him. Apparently, that's how it works. Rob says Haaland gonna do a Van Damme mid-air split goal. He's good at those. Banana says, will there be an American Ballon d'Or winner by 2050? Why not? I mean, why not? Let's see. I do think that the US is... even if the US doesn't take football more seriously, or like, let's say the people with money don't take football more seriously in this, like, you know, after this World Cup, I think there will be a lot of people inspired. I think there will be a lot of kids, a lot of people that that take a lot of pride in what they see by the U.S. national team. I mean, I don't even know if it depends on how far they go in the World Cup. I mean, having said that, I also think that anything but a round of 16 berth is a failure for this current US side and will be looked at as a failure. But even without that, like having the world's best there and seeing all the things that are happening, I think there's going to be a kid. Well, 2050. You know, we're talking 24 years from now. So, I mean, yeah, they might be a 5-year-old or something that gets super inspired. Gets super inspired and dedicates his life after this and then becomes a winner. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Okay. We can do a poll on that. Why not? We can do a poll on who's going to win the world. If an American is going to win the World Cup by 2050, why not? We'll do that just now. Banana, should Eusebio be considered the true first African Ballon d'Or winner? Where was he trained? This is my argument. This is how I believe for everything. Like, listen, first of all, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into this because it invites a lot of controversial opinions. But the whole thing about like X country won the World Cup or like France's victory is because of Africa or whatever is nonsensical to begin with. But I think the real marker is where were they trained? Where were they trained? Does anyone refer to NBA players, to basketball players, as Africa won the NBA Finals? Like, does anyone refer to that at all? Where were they trained? Where they're from? All of those things. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. This is a football channel and satire, in case any government organizations are watching. Lucky says, how did you celebrate Maseko's goal? I was asleep. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to keep it a buck, my friend. I was asleep. Okay, we're gonna do another pack opening. I'm sorry, but I do need to use the toilet. Well, you know what? I'll use the toilet when the match restarts. I'll do a pack opening right now so that we can all be together while we're all waiting for the next half. Oh, but first, I'll do the poll. I'll do the poll for an American winning the World Cup. It's a decent question. I think so. Win the Ballon d'Or, sorry. Win the Ballon d'Or by 2050. I'm hoping that you're not just putting this up on, Kalshi or something so you can get some good odds. But then again, the dedication and the patience you'll have to have to wait for that. Oh, I wrote 2015. It's a resounding no. The France defense looks a little bit shaky. It can definitely be beat. The goal by Asgard. The goal by Asgard was very. It was right off the back of France scoring their second, right? Right off the back of France scoring their second. And they were asleep a tiny bit. Who's he beat over there? Was that Upamecano? Upamecano does have a bit of a tendency to, lose concentration momentarily, especially in big moments. He hasn't done it for a while. He's done very good with Bayern Munich for the past year. I think it was 2 years ago, where he was basically just blundering every big UCL game. I haven't seen it happen too much, but yeah, it can happen. They definitely have it in them. This is minimized, by the way, with Saliba in the fold. Like, it's minimized quite a lot, but he's not there. Lacroix is definitely capable himself. But anyway, another pack, guys. Let's see what we're dealing with. If you're new, we're trying to pack French and Norwegian players. Next up. Also, I think it's a bit too bright over here. Let me turn this slightly. There we go. That's probably better. Czechoslovakia. Turkey. Tiani Reinders. Netherlands. The boys. Qatar. Going home. Almoez Ali. I believe he was the top scorer in the 2023 Asian Cup. Did not score in this World Cup, though, unfortunately. Cabo Verde. And finally, Canada. There we go. No players. I mean, listen, the draw is still on. We have currently drawn one Norwegian player and one French player. I don't know if you can see it properly. I'll turn it like that. That's probably better. One Norwegian player and one French player so far in the stream. So, anything could happen. I want to do a poll on who is going to win the Golden Boot. Who you guys think is going to win the Golden Boot? I mean, right now it seems it's just Mbappe and Messi that are just flying. But, well, it's not just Mbappe and Messi, but Mbappe and Messi are flying. And France and Argentina, out of all the big teams, probably have the best chances to go the furthest. Possibly. So we'll do a poll just now. We'll see what the people think. Let's set that to 45. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see Argentina make it to at least the semifinal. Ryan Cherky and Erling Haaland probably both about to come on. I think they've both been sent out to warm up. I think we're definitely going to see Argentina in at least the semi-final. I don't know what the route that France has going forward is, but I mean, you have to think that there aren't that many teams that can beat them, are there? Especially with their depth, anything goes wrong, they can change so much. KJ Cash says, why have I not heard much about Vinny? I don't think you've been paying attention. He's been man of the match in all of the games he's played, except for the first game. Well, he was officially man of the match in the first game, but I thought that should have gone to Buwadi. I think we even streamed that one and everyone agreed. Although he still did play well himself, so it is what it is. Donald Plays Game says, do you think Norway will use the excuse of heavily rotated side if they get hammered? You know what? The impression that I've been getting from Norway is that it's not going to be much of an excuse, as we don't care. I genuinely don't think that they care. I think they're happy to be in the next round. Maybe I'm wrong. Rob says, pound for pound, which nation produces the best footballers? Has to be France. You're right. It is France. But it's also just a, you know, France has in terms of football, has just the highest prevalence of people who have at least one person of French lineage. So from that, you basically get infinite numbers of combinations. You know, like I think if you look at the Moroccan team, for example, I don't know what the number is exactly, but so many of them were born in France. Hakimi was born in Spain. Bouadi, I believe, was born in France. Look at Algeria. Riyad Mahrez was born in France. Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, prolific footballing genes we have got in there. Anton says, Upa Maguire missed some really big chances against Madrid, but obviously that didn't end up costing Bayern the win, but it very nearly did. Upa Maguire is so harsh, especially considering that Maguire had a really great redemption arc himself. Maita says, but Upamecano did a very good job in clearing the ball after one of Norway's corners. Yeah. But you see, this is the thing. He's a great footballer. He obviously is a fantastic footballer, but he every now and then you do see slight hiccups here and there. Like if you look at which game was it? I think it was 2 years ago. I want to say it was against PSG. It was either PSG or Real Madrid, but I'm leaning towards PSG, where he had in either leg just horrible blunders that led to goals, but otherwise was quite good. It's like Rafael Varane had this very same thing. I also think it was against PSG, or it might have been Bayern Munich when he was at Real in his final season with Real Madrid, where he had a good game otherwise, but then it was just one moment or two moments that just scuppered everything. Lex, BTW, funny stat about Dembélé. He needed 60 games for his first 7 goals for France. Now 2 games for another 4. The guy is cooking. Yeah. I'm sure that I think Dembélé, if you really want to go into the archives, I think he's probably got one of the craziest stats that you could make like that have a similar nature like that, where, you know, if you look before he went to PSG versus after PSG and how his career has just gone like that, you could probably think of a lot of them. Ken King, not enough sad man of the match winners in this World Cup. Yeah, I missed the Kai Havertz ones. We might see them in the round of 16. We might see them in the round of 16. Let's see that. Noodle Master. Oh, you're talking to Ken? You're not even talking to me. Never mind. I'm not going to read that. I think let's do another pack. Let's do one more as the boys have just ran onto the screen. Oh, let's see what subs we got going on. Hasn't been updated yet. Okay, when the subs are updated, we'll show them. But yeah, let's do another pack real quick. See if we can tip the favor inside someone else's favor. France winning 3-1 if you've just joined us. First pack. Sweden. My boy Lindelof. A lot of people say the best central defender. What period was he at Man United? During that period, at least the top 3 central defender of all time. Next one, Bosnia's team. Let me just make sure that we get it right when the game starts before we do the next one. There we go. We're underway. Straight into touch, right-hand side, and France have gained some territory. Let's finish this pack. Uzbekistan. Belgium. Senegal looks like they might be out. Portugal. And finally, Panama. Okay. Any substitutions made? Tursby and Pedersen. There we go over there. Just in case you missed it. Yeah, I think we're very likely to see Erling Haaland come out around the second hydration break. Well, let me not say very likely to see. Let me not put the exact timestamp on it, but we'll see it. Viken says, let's go. Who is winning by now in packs? It's a draw. It's a draw. We've only been right one time. You guys know by now that the only reason we even do these pack openings is to feed my pack opening addiction, which was pretty bad back in the day when I used to play FIFA. How much are the packs worth? Like €1. They're not too spenny. Not too spenny. Donald Play says, only right one time. The packs are less reliable than an octopus. Shockingly enough, the packs are actually less reliable than an octopus. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, my octopus. That sounded crazy, didn't it? We're going to move on. We're going to move on from that. Oscar Bob? I think we have more. I think we have a couple more goals left in this game. Ooh, penalty immediately. Oh, as I said it. Michael Oliver on the spot. Okay. Theo Hernandez, my friend. Let me see this. Oh, Can I tell you something? I really rate Oscar Bob. Yeah, Stonewall. Can't deny this one. I really rate Oscar Bob, man. I really, really do. It was just such a shame that he got that injury. Like, I think right before he got injured, there was a like he started to really, really get things like really, really get into gear. And there was this one goal that he scored where he just did this really great interplay with Kevin De Bruyne. I remember it like so vividly. Like this great interplay with Kevin De Bruyne, like just goes around the keeper so easily, taps it in. I really hope he has a good career. I really hope that he goes up, up, up. Even though I mean, maybe not at Man City, but I mean, great player. And also a very Pep type player. Not too fast, very skillful, good out wide. Ox3, very theatrical there from Bob, if I'm honest. Yeah, I mean, listen, he sold it a little bit, but there was contact, and I'm not too upset about that. I'm not too upset about that. Carbonic says, I'm new here. What's up with the packs? Well, I'll tell you right after this penalty. It's being taken by Strand Larsen. Stutter, and it's saved. Oh, man. Oh, you just can't do the stutter. We have to stop the stutter. Great save by Mannion. Come on, man. Oh, that's a horrible penalty. You get such a lifeline so early to drag the scoreline back. Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. I would have made the game so much more interesting. I don't think, I mean, I don't, we're only 5 minutes into the second half, but you have to imagine that France are going to be a little bit more careful. Can you imagine the scenes? They score that penalty, they bring Erling Haaland on, and Haaland equalizes in the 90th minute. We get 3-3. Anyway, the packs. So the packs are basically we just open them, have a little bit of fun, and the idea was that I open a couple before the game, and that's my prediction of who's going to win. But I think we've just decided to do it throughout the duration of the game. And Norway have been a bit of a scuffle in the box, but France have gone clear, and France are on the attack now. Kylian Mbappe racing through. Ooh, great awareness by the Norwegian goalkeeper. Mbappe really wants that goal. Yeah, it initially started as that would be my prediction of who's going to win, leave it to the pack gods. But then it just turned into opening some packs. So we've got one France and one Norwegian player over here. Feel free to bet your house on it being a draw. I mean, I don't know if you can do that now. I don't know if I would advise you to do that now. Sire says, the stutter leading to failing pens proves that taking longer to take the pen will just make you miss it. We've seen a large amount of stutter pens that have, if we're looking back to the Champions League final, Arsenal PSG, the stutter penalty may not be the way to go. It's entirely possible. Sire said needless pressure on yourself at that level that no longer works on the goalkeepers. Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, I really need to use the toilet. It's out for a goal kick. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. I have washed my hands, so no worries about that. And we're good. Norway corner. Ooh, that was begging for someone to get onto that. Donald says, the Group J game tomorrow between Austria and Algeria. A draw sends both through. Do you think they'll compete at all? It'll be interesting to see. That'll be a very interesting one to see. I think there might be a tiny bit of gamesmanship going on over there. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Banana, realistically, if you just run up and absolutely boot the hell out of a ball, would that not just work? My strategy when I played for a few years was hit it as hard as possible with placement. I mean, listen, I think that in those moments, it is filled with pressure. So, maybe it's not as easy as just doing that. I would always just go straight down the middle. I would always just go straight down the middle regardless. Olise through the middle. Mbappe with a strike. Ooh, just didn't have that little bit of dip right towards the end. Yeah, listen, we're not going to see Kylian Mbappe come off the pitch until he has a goal. Damn. My boy's mouth is moving. Pause. Put my hands up for that one. That was if you saw what was going on the screen, you'd know what I'm talking about. But pause for that. Lex says, I'm glad you didn't fall into the toilet and or back. It was a close call. It was a very close call. Anton, if Haaland had Strand Larsen's chances, he'd have had a hat trick by now for sure. Of course, the French players would have put 2 to 3 men on him and wouldn't have had those chances, but he'd taken the pen better. Yeah. Norwegian goalkeeper's getting some treatment over here. Hope everything's all right. Red says, I didn't clock you as a Brexit pen guy. What does that even mean? Brexit pen. What do you even mean by that, bro? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. Rob says, she made me rewatch The Usual Suspects lineup scene on YouTube. Such a hilarious scene. If you haven't, I mean, we can talk about movies a little bit just now. By the way, I'm gonna go watch Supergirl tomorrow. I'll report back. The next watch along after this is obviously South Africa, Canada on Sunday night. But yeah, I'm gonna do Supergirl tomorrow. I'm excited. It looks fun. I'll tell you what, it looks fun. How wrong can you, if you're gonna find someone to cast as Lobo, you can't really go wrong with Jason Momoa, right? He's the obvious choice. I think it'll look good. Westroom. Hey, Tinashe, I hope you're right. Love from Botswana. Sending love all the way back, my friend. Noodle Master, I think the stutter always gives the worst range of motion. The pen is also typically slower and easier to save. It can be in some cases. Yeah, I think that's true. I think all that you said is true. It also just... I get the feeling a lot of the times when you see these stutter penalties that these players don't really practice them as much as, just regular penalties or I don't know. It just feels like, yeah, it just feels very, very unrehearsed sometimes. Oh, Hassan says Brexit pen, aka if in doubt, kick it out. Ah, okay, that makes sense. for a penalty. Have it. I don't know if that works for pens, my friend, but fair play. Anton Holland is looking at the pitch with such longing. Yeah, he's itching to come on. He's definitely itching to come on. So I saw something interesting earlier on today talking about Messi's retirements from Argentina. He's retired from Argentina like 3 times, I think, at this point, because they just would never win. Oh, Dembélé again in the exact same position that he was in when he scored the first 2. His first 3. Sorry, I forget. I forget that man's on a hattie at the moment. Also, rotation should be on. Sorry. That was really well done by Norway to snuff out that chance there. They're actually doing the correct thing. Foul, free kick for France. They're actually doing the correct thing and not letting him have as much space and getting as many men as possible. Let's see what the momentum bar is looking like. Ugh. Forget that. You didn't see anything. None of you saw anything. All right. Olise is standing over the ball. Let's see what he can cook up. Chipped in. Oh! Lacroix was at the end of it, but he couldn't get it in. I think he's onside. Doesn't count for anything in the end. Banana, I didn't see your message until after. I think he could have shot from there. They definitely could have shot from there. Decent area. Oof. Oscar Bob showing Hernandez the business. Bit of a nutmeg over there. Yes, so Messi's quit from the Argentina national team a couple of times, and I think, was it yesterday or was it today? That was the 10-year anniversary of the first time that he quit. I mean, can you imagine if he actually never played for Argentina after all those losses against Chile in the Copa America and losing the World Cup final against Germany 2014? Dembélé, oh my God. No. Anyway. Mimic. Tinashe, what video games are you playing these days? Any upcoming ones you're waiting for? I haven't been playing many recently. I want to buy Forza. As soon as the World Cup is over, I'm gonna buy Forza Horizon 6. And then I'll probably play that for a long time. But nothing at the moment. I think what was the last game I played? I think I played through the entire Mass Effect Legendary Edition, the one with all 3 of them. I'd never played Mass Effect before this year. How crazy is that? But yeah, I've got a couple of lists. Oscar Bob is not. He was trying to do it all by himself. It almost worked out there. Almost worked out for him. Senegal's winning 3-0 against Iraq. The craziest thing about Senegal is that a win doesn't guarantee that they make it through. If they do run up the score a bit, then maybe. And maybe. Hassan says, don't know if you watched the Japan game, but some of their passing is just incredible to watch. Japan has always been, Japan has always been a nice team to watch. Like, even when they are just defending for their lives, there is just this nice, like, organization to it. Dembélé on the right, but he's passed it straight into the first player for Norway. I'm imagining that the halftime team talk was pretty much just, guys, we need to get Kylian some goals. We need to get him some goals, guys. Donald Play says Opta stats are showing 3 points and -1 goal difference should be enough. Oh. I'll pull it up now and double check, but not everyone has played yet. Not everyone has played yet, so we could have a different story. Dembele is off. You got your hat trick. You're cruising. Cherky with the corner. Out of play. Buckle on. It's almost like Norway have remembered how to defend. They were just like deers caught in the headlights for those first goals. Man, if Strand Larsen had scored that penalty, we'd have such a much better game. We have a much more enticing game going on. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm very happy with what we've been given so far. Here are the substitutions, in case you missed them. Oof. I think this World Cup is just about to get started, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, because like we've said so many times, we are just about to enter the normal World Cup. Normal, I say, as in 32 teams. And we've already got some real bangers going on for the in the knockouts. Like, what's being confirmed? South Africa versus Canada. Obviously, we're doing a watch-along for that. Netherlands versus Morocco. Oof. It's at 3 a.m. on the 30th of June, but I think I have to. Absolutely have to. I do want to see the US, because if they get it to the round of 16, then that's where they finished the last World Cup, I believe. Brazil, Japan, also a good one. And then, everything else is to be decided. I'm very, very excited for this. And obviously more videos. I'm almost finished with the latest Argentina documentary, so it's an hour long. So it's it's taken a while. Sorry it's taken this long, but it'll be worth it. Trust me. I'm just pulling up. The Mexican wave is being done in the stadium right now. It tells you how excited the fans are. Okay, so for top 8, let me move. Let me move this over here. Where are we? I'll minimize this a tiny bit so you can see it. So these are the top 8 teams. These are the top 8 teams right now, and of the top 8 third-place teams. Obviously, we still have quite a few people still to play, still a few teams left to play, but Oh, these ones have played 3. So yeah, no, it should be -1. You're actually correct. Sorry, I didn't see this before. Senegal should be good. Fair enough. Fair enough. Norway not playing their stars at all. They don't care. They don't care. Let's double check why Didier Deschamps is not there. Oh, he has gone back to France because his mother passed away. Yeah, wishing all the best to Didier Deschamps. That's unfortunate. Gosh, during a World Cup, I mean, at any time, of course. Horrendous, horrible. All the best to him and his family. Yeah. Understandable. You know that this does remind me, maybe if we move from, I guess, something morbid like death to life, there's the whole situation with Jeremy Doku. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he went back to Belgium to be with his partner for the birth of his first child. And for whatever reason, there was this like media outrage in France, I think, of all places, about how he should prioritize the team. I think the actual rhetoric was that men don't really do very much at the birth anyway. So why is he even doing that? And obviously it's a brain dead take. I want to know what you guys think. I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll on this one because it's just such an... Yeah, Jean-Louis saying, yeah, people clowning on him for being a dad is insane behavior. Like, do no people understand what a family does? It's insane. Or Norway on the Oscar Bob. Oh, very close to making it 3-2. Magnon's been good. Magnon's made a couple saves already in this game. He's not out of the park just yet, you know. But that's let's take a look at this opportunity again. Sorry, I didn't catch it, but Norway are on the break. First proper attack that they've had since the penalty. So it's first chance they've had since the penalty properly, and Magnon's already in a low position. It ends up being a routine save for him. Let's take a look at this corner. Oof. Yeah. So the weirdest thing with this Doku situation is that people aren't taking into consideration the only people that actually matter, like him and his partner. It's ridiculous. I think I was seeing a clip of this lady saying that like, the actual thing she said was men are useless at childbirth, and it's like, yeah, maybe your man was. It's not really the case for a lot of people, and also it's not something for you to comment on. It's very odd. Yes, it was a L'Équipe journalist. It's very clearly just engagement bait, but if from last I heard, she was taken off the air. So I wonder how many people she cleared that with. I wonder how many people were privy to that subject matter being brought up on this broadcast. Very odd. Very, very odd. Ooh. Foul by Tchouaméni on Asgard, and that's going to be a yellow card. Oh, Michael Oliver. I'll tell you something. I just look at this guy and I get PTSD. Every time. Let's do a poll. The Norwegians are rowing. The Norwegians are rowing. Yo, this girl over here just stops rowing to kiss the dude. Like, oh, they got engaged. Good for them. I was about to pass like insane judgment there. That's my bad. Did Jeremy go to do the right thing? Being there for the birth of his child. Also, I'm pretty sure I spelled his name wrong. Yeah, I missed the accents. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Adam, what's up, man? How you doing? Just joined. We're Haaland not playing and also hasn't come on yet. I guess he's not playing at all. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's like I was telling you guys. I don't think. Well, I don't think Haaland is injured. First of all, I don't think that Norway cares all too much. I don't think they ever cared all too much about the result of this game. I wish that the circumstances were different, and that at least one of these teams needed a result from this game to go through. But I think we've had a good game so far. I mean, the second half hasn't been as eventful, but both teams have done quite well. Both teams have defended each other decently. You know, Norway have improved, not enough, but like I said, they don't care. It's not important. Would have been, yeah, you're right. Robbed of a great game. It would have been a lot nicer. Donald plays Senegal 4 +1 goal difference. Yeah, they're through. I wonder who they play. After the game, we'll double check what the current brackets are looking like. Rob says Haaland is harnessing his chi for the next match. Yeah, Oscar Bob's looked okay. Oscar Bob's looked okay in this game. But I mean, I think I also read that like there were 10 people or 10 Norwegian players that had cramp in the last game. Overwhelmingly, the poll is saying that Doku did the right thing, which I would only expect from this group of intellectuals that we have gathered here today. Good stuff, guys. A lot of momentum for Norway. A lot of momentum for Norway right now. I would have thought that, I'm guessing that we're going to get quite a few more subs. Oh, Norway on the left-hand side. And, oh, just out of reach for Oscar Bob. I think they have to score at least one more goal. Everything going through Bob right now. And why not? Donald says BBC has an up-to-date as it stands tracker. We'll take a look at it at the end of the game. And we'll be on good footing. Okay. I've got it up. I've got it up, and we'll check it. We'll check it out as it happens. But for the time being, it's in a good spot. In a very good spot. I've got my eyes on Cabo Verde against Saudi Arabia. Anything can happen there. Anton says Oscar Bob is a really good player. I'm not entirely sure what Sirloth has been doing better than Bob on the right wing. He's just more senior. I think he's just more senior. That's pretty much it. But I agree with you. I would rather have Bob on the right, Nusa on the left. Barcola breathing down the goal. Oof. Just brings back. He just needed to bring it back a tiny bit behind the keeper, and Mbappe is in for his goal. Did you guys see that look that Barcola just gave Mbappe? It was like a... I wonder what's going to happen after the game. I tried, me lord. Okay, Ryan Cherky. Imagine how good you have to be able to leave Ryan Cherky on the bench. Is a ridiculous thing. Oh my god. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. As a frozen again? Oh my god, it's frozen at the absolute worst freeze frame. Everyone forget that happened. So this is going to be the first time in history that France have won all of their group stage matches. Which is obviously insane. Abdi, I tried, me lord. Number 3, me lord. Pick number 3. I need to watch Shrek again. They are remaking Shrek, aren't they? Oh, what is that pass? Jules Kowende just gives Norway a corner. Yeah, they're remaking Shrek, and the models look horrendous. Rob says the Turkey dribbled too much. I think he dribbles just enough. Here comes Nusa. A bit late. This guy's a player and a half as well. I remember him absolutely ripping Italy apart in the qualifiers. Berg telling them to goal come in. Okay. I think they should have brought Haaland on just for the corner. Why not? Give the people what they want. Let Haaland and Mbappe share the same pitch at a World Cup. It was guaranteed. It was a slam dunk. We all know France defend the corner well. We all know that Gianni Infantino is going to be in the Norwegian dressing room at full time. Today, I feel disappointed. Today, I feel sad. Let's fix that. Tommy Noversetti. Yeah, for whatever reason, the program I'm running for the overlay also freezes. Yeah, this has got to be fixed for the next watch along. We can't be having this, boys. We can't be having this. I feel migrant workers. I don't think he does, you know? I don't think he ever did, if I'm honest with you. And again, he did have red hair. He does understand struggle. I'm not going to be the sort of person that ever denies that. You all got to be true to ourselves, you know? FIFA's had a very interesting track record with these presidents. Sepp Blatter, João Havelange before that. Very interesting idea for a video. Although I'm pretty sure that my channel will be catapulted into the moon if that happens. Rob's, no, don't worry about it. I'm getting a new computer suit. I'm one of those stubborn people that's just refused to upgrade for like years and years and years. Even though definitely should have and obviously could have for a long time. But yeah, it's not happening. It's Mbappe's coming off. Just not one of those days, you know. Listen, you're through, top of the group. Good day. Senegal 5. Oh, maybe we should have been watching that. Maybe we'll switch to that just now. We'll switch to it just now. Senegal game is insane. Oh, this game was insane too. Let me keep it completely real. That first half was maybe the best first half of football that we've seen. The most entertaining first half of football, and the ball gets skied over. The most entertaining first half of football that we've seen. I'll put it that way. Definitely the most entertaining that we've seen on stream so far. Krish says Messi brace tomorrow. It's possible. I wouldn't doubt it. Against Jordan. I mean, I need to be seeing more Argentine players score. Wow, my 3-0 prediction for the Senegal game is so in the mud, but my 3-1 for this game is still on. Yeah, there's been a bit of a lull right now. I'm sure that France's attacking intent isn't going to be as loaded now that Mr. Mbappe is off the pitch. But yeah, it looks like 3-1 is where this one is going to... Yeah. So, sorry, Julian Alvarez, you beg, needs to score. He's not the only one, bro. He's not the only one. Gosh. Just to think. If Turkey had decided to show that they actually are a decent football team earlier, we could still have them in this cup. Another thing that I've been seeing is I saw a quote by Mauricio Pochettino basically talking about how people were congratulating Turkey for how good they played, but not congratulating the US for qualifying. Oh, look at this run here by Nusa up. Banana, Tinashe, what's the next game you're streaming? South Africa versus Canada, Sunday evening. I'd ordered, well, I didn't order. I have a 1996 Bafana Bafana jersey that I left in Johannesburg. My sister mailed it to me, but for whatever reason, it got sent back to her. So I just bought a 2026 jersey that I'll wear for that stream. I'll do a community post on the channel showing when the next watch-alongs are. just so everyone knows. And yeah, I'm gonna make them more fun. We'll obviously update the overlay. We'll get some more speaking topics and everything to go on, so we can all have our intellectual discussions. Oh, horrible control there. Malo Gusto. See, Chelsea were claiming that Malo Gusto is like an £80 million player. Well, what was the price that they quoted? It was just a genuine fuck off price, which is like, come on, man. £75 million. I mean, in what world is Malo Gusto worth £75 million? 5 minutes added on. I will fix the maximum. I'll fix the match momentum tomorrow. Because I'm not streaming tomorrow. It will be a lot easier with games actually going on. Yeah. Because, I mean, the way that I'm doing it right now is basically just looking at attacking options. Total shots, shots on target, XG per minute. And then updating that as it goes along. But yeah, I just need to rework the math on that. It'll be good. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see very much more from this game. More or less going exactly how we thought it was going to. Robs, I'm so hyped for Spider-Man and the Odyssey this summer. Those are going to be big movies. I haven't felt excited for a Marvel movie since Endgame. So you better believe I'm going to be there on the first day it's open here. Lex says they stopped like 20 minutes ago. What stopped? You mean the game or the... Yeah. Oh, one last attack. Kone driving forward. Mateta in front of him. I think he's going to have to go it alone, but he runs into traffic. Oh, unfortunate. Anton says, what if match momentum doesn't work out? You could maybe try having an XG versus time graph like Opta does. That's actually a very good idea. I want to write that down. I'm going to write Anton Kalimov right next to there as inspiration. Thanks for the idea, man. Appreciate that. XG versus time. Opta. That's a lot easier to implement as well. And we can just have both teams on either side. Whoa, and it's 4-1. 4-1, Desiree Doué. Desiree Doué makes it 4-1 for France. That was really well worked as well, right from the left. Crossed by Barkala, I believe. Yeah, France just ran away with this one. They really did. Let's take a look at this. Easy game, easy header, unmarked. Yeah, no one's anywhere near him. Goalkeeper gets nowhere near the ball either. Good goal. 4-1 France. Good game. I'm happy we watched this one. Happy you guys joined for it. Desiree do it. Desiree done did it. Banjo says, hopefully this game doesn't affect the confidence of the Norwegian players. I mean, it's like I've been saying the whole game. I don't think I think it probably will to an extent, but I don't know. I think they probably expected this. They probably expected the result. Hopefully nothing comes from it. But listen, they're still a strong team. They didn't start the game with like 4 of their best players. At least 4. Anton, just switching off there, but I think Norway have a lot of positives to take from this game, especially considering the rotation. Yeah, I mean, listen, apart like in the dead moments where nothing was happening in the game, there was a lot more solidity from them. Game's over. 4-1 France. Ousmane Dembélé with a hat-trick, Desiree Doué with the 4th, Asgard with Norway's goal. And Norway are, I mean, listen, they already knew that they were going into the next round. I don't think that they were planning on leapfrogging France. So to them, their destiny was already set. And to us, officially, now it is. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at, I'll put it on screen right now. The as it stands chart. So we're all on the same page. Let me move. Oh, let's put that back there. Let's move this. Put myself in the middle of the screen. Why not? So, Sweden through. Sweden, Ecuador, Bosnia, Paraguay definitely through. By the looks of things, that's better. By the looks of things, it looks like Senegal, Croatia. Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we could get Belgium and Cabo Verde coming in, meaning we're going to leapfrog South Korea. But yeah, I think Scotland too. No, Scotland, never mind. Scotland's out already. I think Scotland are out. Scotland have played 3 games already. Yeah, well, let's go back here. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Next game will be South Africa versus Canada. That's going to be on Sunday evening. And I'll do a community post tomorrow probably on what the schedule for the round of 32 is going to be like. But I think it's more than likely going to be at least once every 2 days for watch-alongs. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. We will be doing, I'll hopefully be putting out some videos, proper videos, either this weekend or just early next week. And keep well, guys. Thanks for joining the streams. Love you as always. Leave a like if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Helps the channel out a lot, more than you know. And have a good Friday night or Saturday morning or Friday morning. You get the idea.